Hello crafty friends, welcome to another Not Just Christmas in July video. Today I have got a very clean and simple card for you. Don't worry if Christmas in July isn't your thing, stick around to the end of the video and I'll show you some non-Christmas cards that I've made using the same design idea, techniques and similar tools. Right, first things first, I have got a card blank here and I have already stuck a stitched rectangle panel on top, so that's ready to go. Next, I'm going to use this frame die to cut out a frame, and I'm also going to use the square that comes out the middle. When I use these frame dies, I'm quite careful in how I take the frame out because it's such a slim piece of cards. Sometimes they can stretch if you sort of yank them out of the frame, so I do that very gently. Next, I'm going to emboss this piece of card using this very wintry, Christmassy embossing folder. So I can put that pretty much anywhere I like. It's not a particularly directional pattern, and I'll run that through my Cuttlebug. So now we've got a nice square embossed panel to stick on my card front. I'm just going to make a mark at 7.5 centimetres because I figured out that that is exactly where I want this to go. So I've got my T-square ruler here. I'm just eyeballing it and getting it in the middle. I'll press that down with some non-stick paper so I don't get mucky fingerprints all over everything. And now I'm going to take my frame and put some very thin foam strips on the back of it so that when I put it on the card it has a nice layer of dimension. If you haven't got really skinny foam strips, you can always cut several frames and glue them one on top of the other to get a chipboard style effect. I find if I put the foam at one end, get it in the right place so that it's completely hidden by the card, and then I take my tweezers and run them along, she says, making a right old mess of it, and run them along the edge, then I can get that foam tape nicely hidden. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I think it's because this bit has come off the release paper. It's getting in the way. There we go, that's better. Now, I'll just turn it over and have a good look and check that none of that foam tape is visible. And it seems to be okay. So I'll take off the release paper and put it on my card around my embossed square. I'm going to put my head right over, so I'll edit that bit out for you. So that looks about right to me. I can press that down. Now what I want to do is add some stars in my little frame here. And I've got some wooden stars that I've had for donkey's years. I bought loads thinking I'd use them on Christmas cards, used a few and never got to the bottom of my pile of wooden stars. So I'm going to use one today, and I'm going to cut a stitch star die out of some gold glitter cardstock. So there we have a gold glitter star. I'm thinking something like that, maybe at a bit of a jaunty angle, and then a wooden star on top, something like that. But I want to join these two together with a bow, and I'm just trying to decide what kind of bow die I want to use. I don't want it to be too thick and obscure the stars. So I'm thinking either this one, which is very thin, or this one, which is similar but slightly thicker. I will cut two and we'll see how we get on. I am going to use a red for this. You don't see me use red very often. I always find it a bit too in your face. But this is Festive Berries Distress Oxide, and I've just swiped it on there. I'll blend it out and I'll make sure my fingers are clean and the mat is clean because I don't want to get red ink on there. And I'll run these through my mini Gemini and see how they look. So we'll have a look at the little skinny one, and I think that works in as far as it doesn't hide too much of the wooden star, but it might be a bit skinny. I think this one might be the way to go. It's just got a little bit more weight and stands out a bit better, but still doesn't cover up too much of the star. Right, I think that's what we're going to do. So we'll glue down this star, and then we'll glue down the wooden star. I'll dip this in here. Not sure which bits are going to be in contact, so just glue the whole thing, and that's going to sit on top of the wooden star, I think. So I do want to give my bow a little knot, and I'm going to use this small hole punch to punch out a tiny little hole. Not a hole, and well, I suppose it is a hole. A tiny little knot, add a little bit of glue, and pop that on there like that. So the bow's got a little bit of dimension now. For my sentiment, I've got a very simple Merry Christmas that I printed and cut out with a banner die. I think I'm going to stick it on there actually. I think that's where it works best. I was thinking maybe having it coming in from the side there, but I think there's a little bit too much covering up going. So we'll just put a bit of glue on the back. I was thinking about adding some of these gold glitter dots, maybe just to bring some glitter over to this side a bit, because the gold glitter star is leaning over to the left. Yep, I think that will do. So as promised, I've got some non-Christmas cards to show you now, 5 more made with the same design idea, similar tools, similar supplies. For this one, instead of a wintry embossing folder, I used hearts, and instead of cutting out a star, I cut out a gold glitter heart and a white heart, layered them on top of one another, and then added a small, thin purple bow and put the happy heart sentiment down here flat underneath the focal point. This one's super simple because I use quite a busy background embossing folder. I didn't want to bring in too many elements, so I just die cut this branch with leaves on from gold glitter cardstock and added a hello there sentiment, and I did put this one over here overlapping the branch, and I don't think that needs anything more done to it. It's just a very clean and simple note card. And here's another card without any colour other than the gold glitter, which is really, I guess, a neutral. You wouldn't call it a colour. I used this tile embossing folder in the background, which is a lovely regular pattern, and die cut a poppy from the gold glitter and added the sentiment bloom and grow. For this one, I use one of my favourite embossing folders, the swirly whirly pattern that you see pop up a lot. And I added a bow, simple bow to this one. I cut 2 out of gold glitter cardstock and trimmed off the tails and the kind of back part of the bow and layered the bit that was left on top and added a little circle as well. So the bow's got some dimension. The sentiment says simply the best. So a note card that could be used for all sorts of occasions. Could be a thank you card, a congratulations card, or just a regular note card. And I couldn't not make a gold glitter butterfly, so that's what I did. I backed it with vellum. I've stuck it down so it looks like it's fluttering up the card. Its wings are overhanging the frame and the sentiment. And I added some gold dots as well to give that diagonal design and that sense of flow. And there's a kind of I don't know, Victorian wallpaper design embossing folder in the background that's got lots of swooping arches, which again gives that feeling of movement. The sentiment says so very lovely. So again, it could be used as a thank you card, a well done card, a hello card, or a birthday card, anything really. Right, that's 6 cards done. I do hope you've enjoyed the video and that it's given you some ideas for your Christmas cards and non-Christmas cards. If it has, please do let me know in the comments. Let me know which one you like best and whether or not you might try this technique or design it on your own cards. And if you'd like to see more from me, do subscribe and ring the notification bell, and I will see you back here tomorrow for my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.